The evening of November 12th, 2022, was a typical college weekend night, filled with the vibrant energy of students seeking a respite from their academic routines. On this particular night, 4 University of Idaho students named Xana Kernodle, Ethan Chapin, Kaylee Goncalves, and Madison Mogan found themselves immersed in the social fabric of campus life, unaware of the tragedy that would soon unfold. Xana Kernodle, a junior majoring in marketing, was known for her positive spirit and lightheartedness. Originally from Avondale, Arizona, she had moved to Post Falls, Idaho, and was a beloved member of the Pi Beta Phi sorority. Her passion for life was evident in her involvement in various activities, including volleyball, track, and soccer during her high school years. At the University of Idaho, she continued to shine, working as a server at the Mad Greek restaurant and cherishing her relationship with her boyfriend, Ethan Chapin. Ethan Chapin, hailing from Mount Vernon, Washington, was a freshman at the University of Idaho, majoring in recreation, sport, and tourism management. As a member of the Sigma Chi fraternity, he was well integrated into the university's social scene. Ethan was known for his sense of humor and love for country music and sports. He was also a triplet, sharing a special bond with his siblings, and had recently celebrated his birthday with them. Kaylee Goncalves, a senior from Rathdrum, Idaho, was pursuing a degree in general studies. She was a member of the Alpha Phi sorority and shared a deep, sister-like bond with Madison Mogan. Kaylee's vibrant personality and her ability to thrive as an authentic, beautiful, funny, social, and quirky individual were recognized by all who knew her. Madison Mogan, also a senior, was from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, and was majoring in marketing. Like Xana, she was a member of the Pi Beta Phi sorority and worked alongside her at the Mad Greek restaurant. Madison was known for her ability to make others smile and laugh with her offbeat and hilarious sense of humor. Her aspirations included using her marketing skills to run social media campaigns and plans to move to Boise after graduation. The relationships among these 4 students were interwoven through their academic pursuits, shared living spaces, and deep personal connections. Xana and Ethan were in a committed relationship, while Kaylee and Madison were best friends, practically inseparable since the 6th grade. Their lives were a tapestry of shared experiences, from attending parties and working together to supporting each other's dreams and aspirations. On that fateful evening, Xana and Ethan enjoyed the camaraderie of a fraternity party, while Kaylee and Madison relished the lively atmosphere of a local sports bar. Their paths converged back at their King Road residence, a place they consider a home filled with friendship and laughter. Little did they know that this night would mark their last moments of togetherness, as the events that followed would lead to a heartbreaking end. The 4 University of Idaho students, Xana Kernodle, Ethan Chapin, Kaylee Goncalves, and Madison Mogan, had returned to their off-campus residence on King Road, not knowing it would be for the last time. After a night of socializing, Xana Kernodle and her boyfriend Ethan Chapin made their way back to the shared residence around 1:45 a.m. They were returning from a party at the Sigma Chi fraternity house, a typical college gathering where friends met to enjoy each other's company. Shortly thereafter, at approximately 1:56 a.m., Kaylee Goncalves and Madison Mogan arrived at the same residence. They had spent their evening at the Corner Club, a local sports bar, and had stopped at a food truck before getting home. A 3-story rental property often chosen by students for its proximity to the University of Idaho campus was already occupied by 2 other housemates who had returned earlier. These housemates, whose lives would be forever altered, would later provide crucial information to the investigation. A 911 call was made from the cell phone of one of the surviving housemates. The call was for an unconscious person, a term that belied the grim reality of the situation. When the police arrived, they were confronted with a scene of unimaginable horror. 4 young students, each a victim of a brutal stabbing, lay deceased in the home. The 2nd and 3rd floors of the residence, where the students were found, had become a crime scene that spoke silently of the violence that had occurred. The Moscow Police Department would later reveal that a military-style K-bar knife was believed to be the murder weapon, though it was not found at the scene. This detail would become a significant point of focus in the investigation, as the absence of the weapon posed a challenge to forensic analysis. In the wake of the discovery, the Moscow Police Department launched a full-scale investigation. They announced that the killings appeared to be a targeted attack, a statement that heightened the anxiety of a community already reeling from the news. The Lada County Coroner's Office reported that the victims were likely asleep during the attack, with some showing defensive wounds, indicating a struggle had taken place. An aerial map released by the police traced the victims' final steps, piecing together their last known movements in an effort to understand the events leading up to the tragedy. The community, the university, and the nation followed each development closely, seeking answers and justice for the senseless loss of life. But behind the eyes of everyone, the police and investigators found a man in suspicion of the horrible crime. The arrest of Bryan Kohberger in connection with the University of Idaho murders marked a significant breakthrough in a case that had left the community of Moscow, Idaho, in a state of shock and mourning. After an intensive investigation that spanned several weeks and involved the collection of thousands of tips, Kohberger, a criminology PhD candidate, was taken into custody. This development brought a complex mix of emotions: relief that a suspect had been apprehended, and sorrow as the reality of the tragic events continued to resonate within the community. Kohberger was arrested on 4 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of felony burglary. The arrest occurred in Monroe County, Pennsylvania, far from the scene of the crime in Idaho. This cross-country arrest was the result of a collaborative effort between law enforcement agencies in Idaho and Pennsylvania. The details surrounding Kohberger's arrest involve a combination of DNA evidence, cell phone records, and the identification of his vehicle. A key piece of evidence was DNA found on a leather knife sheath left at the crime scene, which was matched to Kohberger. Additionally, cell phone records placed him in the vicinity of the murders, and his white Hyundai Elantra was identified as being in the area on the night of the killings. Further investigation revealed that Kohberger had changed the license plates on his car shortly after the murders, which raised suspicions and contributed to the case against him. The evidence compiled against Kohberger included the DNA match, his cell phone records, and the identification of his vehicle. Moreover, a surviving roommate's testimony provided a chilling account of a figure clad in black clothing and a mask, which added to the narrative of the events on the night of the murders. The combination of physical evidence, digital data, and eyewitness accounts formed the basis of the case that led to Kohberger's arrest and subsequent charges. As the legal proceedings against Kohberger continue, the community and the families of the victims await further developments and seek closure in a case that has deeply affected many lives. The trial, which is set to begin soon following the denial of Kohberger's pretrial appeal, will be closely watched as it unfolds, with the hope that justice will be served for the 4 young students whose lives were tragically cut short. As the legal proceedings against Bryan Kohberger began to take shape, a significant development was the defense's motion for a change of venue for the trial. The defense argued that due to the extensive inflammatory pretrial publicity, a fair and impartial jury could not be found in Lada County. This motion is a common strategy in high-profile cases where the defense believes that local media coverage could influence the potential jury pool. The prosecution opposed the motion, stating that the case had gained national and international notoriety and that changing the venue would not materially affect the jurors' familiarity with the case. The court's decision on this matter will have a profound impact on the trial proceedings. If granted, the trial could be moved to a different county within the state, where the defense believes they have a better chance of finding an impartial jury. The judge's decision will be based on whether the pretrial publicity has indeed been so pervasive and prejudicial that it would affect the ability of the defendant to receive a fair trial. Meanwhile, as the community awaited the outcome of these legal motions, the University of Idaho took steps to honor the memories of the victims: Xana Kernodle, Ethan Chapin, Madison Mogen, and Kaylee Goncalves. The university announced the creation of the Vandal Healing Garden and Memorial, a space for quiet reflection, remembrance, and honor. This project is a collaborative effort, with students from the College of Art and Architecture drafting concepts for the memorial. The community was also invited to contribute designs and ideas, making it a collective endeavor that embodies the resilience and unity of the Vandal family. The memorial serves as a testament to the lives of the 4 students, ensuring that their legacy is remembered not just for the tragedy that befell them, but for the vibrancy and impact they had on their community. It is a space that acknowledges the nonlinear process of grief and healing, providing a place for future generations to remember and honor those lost too soon. As the trial of Bryan Kohberger moves forward, the University of Idaho continues to navigate the complexities of mourning and remembrance. The legal proceedings and the memorial projects are intertwined narratives of a community seeking justice and healing in the aftermath of an unthinkable tragedy. The Vandal Healing Garden and Memorial, once completed, will stand as a lasting tribute to the victims and a symbol of the enduring spirit of the university community. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and wait for the next video. While you can check out other true crime cases on our channel,